Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are, whenever you are watching this. My name is Alex Kayua, and I'm going to start documenting my journey to 2200 Rapid. I'm currently 1560, and I thought I would start recording daily videos, posting them, and letting other people see how 1500 thinks, kind of moves I play, or my thought process between going from the opening to the middle game plans, and hopefully climbing all the way up to 2200. The goal is Candidate Master, which is extremely ambitious, but that is something I would like to try and prove one day. So I'm going to go ahead and start our first game. This is a completely new series for me, so don't mind all of the works that go into the early videos, but let's get started with today's game. All right, Vassal VK from Bulgaria. So I like to play the Jobaba D4 openings. Oh man. And this is one of my least favorite lines to deal with. I hate playing against the light squared Fianchetto Bishop. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna develop into the center. Yeah, let's just jump the knight in here. I don't wanna drop this pawn by developing my bishop early. I'm thinking I'm just going to short castle. I'm thinking if I want a short castle or if I want a queenside castle. Let's see. I don't like the scope of the bishop. This is always uncomfortable for me in this type of setup. As for some reason, I tend to like to accidentally drop my G pawn. So when I see this, I don't know, I'm expecting E5 soon. I mean, this knight likes to jump over here. Let's not make it too complicated. Let's just get the queen into a square she may like. E2, kind of give me the flexibility to castle either side. I'm thinking maybe D2. We're just gonna take E2. I'm gonna take E2. Just want to stay flexible. Maybe they'll start playing for expecting me to castle queenside. Of course, we constantly keep an eye on this pawn over here if the rook ever decides to move, which probably won't. Let's see. Let me push. Nope. Not quite. Nowhere for my pieces to really go yet. I feel like in these scenarios, I usually see the queenside castle. Oh wow, I don't know how to castle. Usually see the queenside castle, so I'm thinking about playing into that. If I opposite castle, yeah, you know what? Go short castle. Oh, and if you've noticed, we don't actually know what Vassal's rating is. I find it easier on my nerves to hide the rating until after the game. Just kind of gives my nervous system, you know, the thoughts that I can beat whoever I'm playing without thinking they're too high rated, or think, oh my gosh, they're so low rated, and underestimate them or something. So it's a setting you can turn on in chess.com, and I find it very useful for your nerves. So let's see. And I'm expecting some development to happen here. Yeah, okay. I mean, am I going to get pushed here? But I'm wondering if g5 is incoming. Grab my bishop, and we're just going to kind of start kingside attack. What I can do is, I think I go ahead and play e4 here. Gotta close up the center a little bit. Give my bishop some breathing room. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play. We're gonna go ahead and play e4. I'm thinking, what if the knight jumps here and is looking at the square bishop, but we got 3 pieces playing for e4, so we might as well take the space. Let's go ahead and take space in the center. I mean, e5 may be coming. Okay, yep, so g5's played. So like I said, I want to create some space for my bishop in case I want to retreat. Now the question is, do I want to retreat that way or retreat this way? I'm expecting some h4, or gosh, h5, h4 business, and then I would play h3, h3, d3, or g4. Jesus. A knight. A knight would get kicked out, yeah, because then if I take this. So the question really is, do I want to allow all of that pressure? So no matter where I go, actually, I even think g4 is coming. No. Yes, no. g4. If I move my bishop g4, where would my knight go? I mean, if I do this, my knight, it's not fully undeveloped, but it is kind of undeveloping. Looking for that. If that happens, I have to play g3. g4 comes, and I just push more. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Here, play this. What if this happens? I play here. That's fine, I guess. All right. We're gonna hold the scope of the h2 to b8 diagonal. Either this or this, I feel like, is coming. And could just develop. Yep, okay. So wasn't completely out of the question. I think I'm just gonna drop my knight back in to the center. I want to go all the way back to e1. I mean, let's see, where can I reroute? I mean, yeah, and then it also gives me scope of the e4 square. Really want to play e5 soon. If I go here, I mean, I can open up the f5. Yeah, okay. Let's not make it too complicated. You can always contest the g pawn, open up the f file, and if h5, planning on h4, I'll give my bishop the e square, and it's not a terrible square e1 for dark squared bishop in this position. At least I don't think so. I still feel a little comfortable with it. Knight f6. Take. Okay. I'm thinking now we play f3. So I weaken the dark squares. Yes, I weaken. So this obviously weakens, you know, the dark diagonal to my king. But I'd rather play this f pawn than the h pawn because I don't want to give his rook full scope and some queen shenanigans. I'm gonna play f3 here. That opens up room for my bishop. Don't want to trap the dark square bishop, especially in front of my king. That'd be extremely losing. Trap my dark squared bishop. Weaken my king side for nothing. I still feel totally comfortable here. I mean, this is all a lot, but I don't think I'm competent enough to say that they're overextending by any means. I mean, I feel like this is a decent plan from my opponent. Just push the pawns, make me make some weakening moves in front of my king, open up the scope of their rook. I mean, they want these files opened up. So, I mean, let's say bishop comes here. I mean, take queen. Like, then I cannot take this pawn, because if I take this pawn, they're opening it up. Everything's opening up in front of my king. So okay. So they're saying if I take, they'll probably still take with the pawn, and I'm not extremely comfortable with that. I push this pawn by the bishop. I push to d5, kind of lock this bishop out. Take. In action, here's the thing. If they close it, I mean, they may be getting what they want. If I close the position, they're definitely wanting to get some lines opened up over here. On the other hand, I mean, if I take and allow any of this, my rook is open. It's a semi-open file. I can't see them taking this queen off this battery, like this diagonal, anytime soon. I don't think they're going to castle queenside. They're definitely not castling kingside. They may not castle at all. So I really want to open up the center. I just don't know how to go about doing that. What if, I mean, that like I said, this allows this bishop some room, but my bishop doesn't really have a good diagonal here yet. I mean, these two pawns chilling. If I push this, they push here, I can force something. Alright. I'm gonna play d5. Go here. That'll open. I can open. I'll be pinned. This will take. I'll probably get pushed. Jump in here. Takes. Ouch. Oh, okay. I didn't think about this. Okay, yeah, push. Okay, so let's open up the F file. Now that I think this is in my favor here. I keep the bishop locked in behind this pawn chain. And I got this doubly defended. I have this pawn defended. Their knight can come in. Yeah, their knight can come in, which attacks this bishop. It's not ideal, but I really want to keep the battery on this, and their rook's just, I don't think their rook's ever moving off of this A file. They may push the pawn. They're so invested into this kingside attack, though. I really don't know what kind of queenside play they're going to play with. I want to open this up, and this may even open like this. And do I care to trade off my bishop for it? Okay. I'm starting to get less and less convinced that this is winning. Yeah, I said I wouldn't mind being on E1, so we're just going to drop the bishop back to E1. I mean, if push, sure, we'll just lock it. I mean, if push, we'll lock it. Like, I don't see any reason to worry about just these two pawns. Wait, okay, yeah. Now, I mean, okay. What am I missing? Am I missing something? Bishop comes down, looks at my knight. Okay, yes. So, eyes on that. I'm dropping the bishop, but I think I'm okay with that. If my knight's here, all right, let's just reroute the knight, kind of giving up the potential for this check. I mean, takes. It kind of opens up. I don't think he's gonna sack the knight though. I give up the f3 square a little bit. And I mean, if he takes, I take. It's no big deal. Everything stays pretty balanced. But I'm looking at rerouting and kind of challenging this knight. Just taking space. There's no way for a pawn to kick out my knight here, so it'd have to trade the knights. And by trading out the knight, he could potentially drop this pawn or make this pawn weak. Can't even defend it. But yeah, I'm thinking he's probably going to want the bishop pair, and that's totally fine if he gets the bishop pair. I don't mind. Question is, do I want to take with the queen, or do I want to reinforce my center? I'm thinking about reinforcing it. It'd be a pretty weak pawn, but eyes on this. Okay, sure. What happens if I take this? Takes. Do I have any plan? No, not really. Alright, I don't want to drop the rook. I don't want to drop the rook. Let's just drop all the way back, right? I mean, where does the bishop go from here? Oh, okay. Let's drop back. No need to panic. Just take our time. I mean, this knight's got to make some sort of move because we have we have some ongoing tension here. And like I said, worst case, I'm going to reroute my knight, and wants to trade off the bishop for it. I mean, that's fine too. I mean, the queen can come. The e-file maybe trying to give the queen some breathing room to castle. I could see that. I could see that, yeah. And then if I take the knight, just takes with the queen instead. I could see that. That pawn's under attack. That pawn's under attack, but of course this knight defends both. What if he just attacks? I mean, we just take, and we will go with the reroute. I really want to get my knight here. I mean, that is such a strong square for my knight. Like, you'll notice his knight doesn't have any squares. He can just comfortably chill in. Take my pawns. Or defend. Now, let's say he pushes this and I push my pawn, then yeah. Yeah, the square becomes pretty strong for him. And I'd have to figure that out. Ideally trade off a knight for it. But how would I get there? I'm wondering if this is now. Okay. What we got here? So what if I go here? I'm worried about this knight landing on f3 at some point. Wondering if I do this, we just start trading everything off. If I go here, I feel like the bishop's probably coming down here. Let's reroute. Yep. No trading. No trading, no trading. We're going for f5. See what this knight wants to do. This knight's kind of 4-piece and defending these pawns. I mean, yeah, this guy's defending it too, but I like the idea of taking the f5 square. I mean, especially planting my rook here. Is that allow h3? My a rook is completely out of the game right now. I mean, his is too, so I'm not stressed out about it, but I would like to bring it in. Think about pushing my bishop up here to d2. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Before I jump the knight, maybe plant the bishop on d2. that still allows this. Well, sorry. If h3, g3, that allows knight f3. I'll lose it. Yeah, okay. That's what we're playing. Don't want to open up a king. I mean, like, takes. It's just too weakening. We have to. I'm going to allow this. I'm going to allow knight f3. Now I am potentially worried about like f5. I mean, still got it covered, but let's say rook f8, f5 becomes potentially dangerous. That would weaken. You know, it'd be striking at my e4 pawn and weakening my light square diagonal, giving this bishop some more potential. And obviously, if like my king's sitting here, then I'm gonna have to move. But I mean, it's okay. I still feel like this game is not out of hand just yet. I do want to get my rook over here, or I want to find a way to take over that square. I mean, this is going to be annoying. This is actually going to be annoying to deal with. Yeah. Let's see. Nothing crazy really happens here, I don't think. I like to challenge the bishop. Let's improve our bishop, improve our knight. Man, he comes in here. I mean that. Okay, sorry. That could be an issue actually. Now that I think about it. Wow, I didn't see that. So like, if I were to improve my bishop, and knight comes here, that bishop's practically done for if I had my knight up here. Does that mean I need to bring my a rook to the d file? So what I'm learning with chess is it's all about improving your pieces meaningfully. You don't want to just start throwing pieces into an attack. I don't think my opponent threw his pieces away meaninglessly. He created some real issues pushing these G and H pawns down the board. And I don't think his pieces are on bad squares by any means. I mean, these are some real threats. Knight f3 is extremely annoying. The bishop sitting here staring at this. Okay. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Do I just take? Should I take? Or should I take this way? You know what? Let's take the... Okay, let's say I take this way. This is what he wants, maybe. I'll just... Okay. I didn't think too hard about that. The reason I'm doing this is because this queen stays at this e4 pawn, and now let's say f5. I mean, I'm comfortable being able to replace it. Oops, still defend. Okay. Yep. He did not like my knight there. That's fair. Let me take back. I'm not missing anything. All right, now I would like my bishop to improve on. Okay. Okay. Now I kind of want to be on this diagonal, kind of. What I like right now are the facts that his bishop is kind of blunted. My bishop, like the dark squares, are pretty available for my bishop. I'll just see if there's a place for my knight. I mean, let's go ahead and take the C file first, okay? Improve this rook. Take the C file. Semi-open. So that's one thing. That leaves this pawn, if he doesn't move his king, for me to take. Potentially I'll go here. Let's see, there. I mean, then I can check. Where is it? He just goes here. Is there a place for my knight to reroute? Whoops. That's not a thing. I'm here. I'm staring at these squares. No, I think that just traps my knight. Yeah, that would just trap my knight. Where else can my knight go? Here? Yeah. And see this pawn. That's why I took with this pawn, right? Like I'm maintaining support of the E pawn, and so I don't have to worry about this guy just dropping. Yes, F5 is still annoying. I can't take, but at the same time, I can just leave the tension. Okay. What are we doing here? What does this do? What does this do? Okay. Looking at this pawn, right? What if I... What if I go here? I'm gonna push the pawn, right? I'm gonna push the pawn. But then this creates a mate threat. So we gotta look out for the threats here. We gotta look out for the moves. Yeah, so if I move my knight, so basically he's pinning my knight to this pawn, right? What else? What other threats are there? Well, I don't see any. So if I move my knight, 1, defends this pawn. 2, it allows this pawn to be captured, not by the knight, by the queen, because this pawn is pinned to the king. Open up the C file. But I'm thinking knight a4 is the move. I mean, knight a4, b5, queen b6 is a mate threat. Mate in 1. Something's going to have to move. I mean, let's say he just defends it though, yeah? Let's say he just defends it. And maybe I go knight a7? But no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Or knight, sorry, queen a7. There's nothing there. Like, this is a threat, but once it's defended, I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing. How about we just improve? Just improve a little bit here. Connect the rooks. Bishop gets more scope. I mean, this is a pretty strong diagonal for my bishop. Protects the queen if any sort of shenanigans happens. Whoops. Pawns don't do that. So I no longer am keeping my queen self-pinned to the pawn. My opponent's running pretty low on time, but this is 15-10, so Yeah, any move would do something useful. So they are preparing for f5. I think that is the play here. I'd like, I want to just stop all attacks from happening here. I feel like I have some pressure over here. Still, let's, okay. Alright, now I have a different threat. We have a skewer. If this happens, I'm totally fine with it. Now, this pawn is hanging because this pawn is pinned. I have a potential skewer. I mean, look, the dark squares are a gold mine for me right now. I mean, I have these pawns all on light squares. Okay, he saw this, but he didn't see this. I mean, my bishop's really strong, so I hate to give up the bishop for that rook. I'm going to, because it's just going to create pressure for them. They're low on time. Okay, so he's saying, you take here, I'll take your knight. Is that okay? So now my knight is hanging. Let's retreat the knight, or do we? Yeah, let's retreat the knight. Or do we just defend? What if I go here? What if I go here? Let's, yeah, bring knight back. I'm looking at rook f6. Let's put some pressure on this knight. And then once this happens, I can double up on the f file. Okay. Yep. So we can't take. We cannot take. We'll just reroute our knight. Yep. I'm okay with takes. Our opponent's going to start making some pretty wild moves, I'm sure. Yeah, queen. Okay, so let's just go. He's looking at this pawn. Sure. Let's get the rook off the back rank. I'm going to plant the knight here. Stop this, and if takes. I mean, we're fine. Anything, I mean, okay, where's that? Okay, we're looking at this pawn. Let's if I go here, I'm gonna take it, right? But what if I go here? Oh, if I go here, he could potentially take it, right? But then if I go here, here, here. All right, this is a little risky, I think. I'm about to. I don't. Nah, I don't want to give his bishop all the room in the world. I'm up material. Let's just utilize that. Let's not play anything risky here. I was thinking knight goes here. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm okay with this. Okay with simplifying a little bit here. Doesn't want to simplify. Smart, right? Let's lock this in. Now I'm interested in coming back. I'm interested in opening up this F file again. Okay, yeah. So am I missing anything here? Not quite. Only got 2 pieces defending. Okay. Saw that coming. Knight's under attack. He's going to trade the knight off. Yes, I opened up his bishop. But there are so few pieces on the board for his bishop to coordinate with. It's fine. I have a pass pawn. I'm going to put a rook. Rooks go behind pass pawn. Not even worried about dropping that pawn, I don't think. I mean, let's just rooks go behind pass pawns. Yep. Go ahead, take that. No, okay. In that case, but actually, let's go ahead and push this first. Should I push that first? Defend, push. You know what? No, I don't want to. Go here. Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. Nah, let's move this rook here. See if we can get a queen. Alright, I'm actually gonna we'll keep that on the board. He's gonna come d7. Yeah. Take. Okay. Threatening to capture this, also threatening this. And he'll go back to e8. It's time to get our king active, huh? Let's go ahead and activate. Wanting to start pushing this pawn. Now that I think about it, this is my win condition. And we're cutting off the king. That was important. Yep. Ooh. Opening up for some counterplay on accident, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, we got to take. We got to take. And now let's lock it. Now I want to get this pawn play. And I could just go here, actually. Never worry about the king coming back in. Let's see, push. There's no takes. He can't walk, Alex. He can't do that. I'm thinking push and maybe even just walk my king here. Keep my rook. Okay. He wants his king to get involved, I think. This is fine. I'll just open it up. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you just... Okay. I opened this up so my rook can now see this pawn. We'll defend said pawn. Maybe I'll just put my king here and pushing this. I mean, he wants this counterplay. So I gotta be very wary of that. Now this pawn can run. Thinking this is looking like a dub. We can convert this the right way. I've been known to throw in the past. Just because I'm 1560 doesn't mean I don't blunder. Okay. Go here. Then let's see. How do I want to do this? I don't so this is happening, right? That's happening. So if I do this, let's see. You know what? I think we just start pushing this pawn. I don't think it's a big deal, right? Yep. Not a big deal. Yep. Oh, 1604. Let's go. 90-day streak. All right. GG's, vassal. All right. Is there... a little inspiration there from Chess with Patrick, if anyone has ever watched his content. I actually, random side note, got to play against Patrick once. We were randomly paired against each other. It was around the 1400 region, and I lost. It was a pretty close game. He played really well. Okay, 1569, 1604. Let's check out the game review, see what chess.com has to say about this dub. I'm expecting maybe 80, 70. Whew! Oh no, I had a terrible blunder here somewhere. Wow. So like I said, just because I'm 1560 doesn't mean I don't make blunders. Played like a 1700. Oof. This was a terrible game. Kind of expected. I hate playing against the light squared fianchetto bishop, like I mentioned, so I really need to work on that. That's why I'm 1560 and not 1800, right? Okay, let's see. Yep. It's an inaccuracy. Inaccuracy, yeah, Wanted me to play for the center immediately. Not gonna lie, I considered it. I just, does not like the short castle. Okay. Taking the center was great. We're at an advantage here. No, doesn't want me to go that way. Okay. Whoa, wanted me to go straight for f4. Inaccuracy, inaccuracy. Oh, mistake. Okay. Pushing. No, let's go back. Let's go back. So pushing to f4 was a mistake. I really wanted to open up the f file, but this was a mistake. I did not want to give his knight any play. I did not want to open up the h file, make this weak. I was afraid of many things here. So what does this allow? Do I just lose my... I just lose my advantage? I guess that's the case. So let's say we take. He takes with the pawn. Then what? Then I just start playing for a queenside attack? I was just so afraid of these pieces finding a way to coordinate. I was just so afraid of that. Okay. Let's come back. So, okay. So, it was a good play to be there. All right. Wow. Great moves. Just... Oh. Why is this a mistake? Levy's sitting here roasting me. That was rough. Okay, so... Yeah, let's take... Oh, what the pawn. Okay, sure. And then I'm just... I guess my position's just a little bit better. I have more space. I guess that is the claim here. And then, yeah, we take the d file. Sure. Just... It's semi-open. I mean, my pawn is the reason why it's not open. So worst case, this becomes a pass pawn, I guess. But then it comes semi-open again. Okay. I mean, I was worried that, you know, queen's just going to become active and I'd have to worry about my dark squares. But I didn't want that. Whoops. I wanted to potentially reroute my knight here and hold that f5 square. All right. Well, again, this is why we're 1500 and not 1800. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Taking with the pawn was perfect. Nice. And like I said, the reason why I wanted to do that is I wanted to reinforce my e-pawn center. I just wanted to keep that strong. I did not want this bishop to become active. I was worried about f5 at some point. Right now, f5 is not possible, right? Because of knight f takes f5. But I was potentially worried about f5 in the future to try and undermine this pawn. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. Ooh, whoa. Hold your horses. All right. Whoops. That's a blunder. What happens here? You're now able to win material through an event. Oh, yeah. An eventual skewer. It wanted me to reroute my knight. And it wanted me to reroute the knight. So the knight looks at these squares, I suppose, and then my bishop comes up here if... So that's kind of like a poison pawn in a way, right? I mean, of course, I think queen takes a2, bishop. So this is what it would look like, right? Okay, no, go back. So knight here, queen here is probably what they would have gone for. Maybe have seen. What happens if they take this? I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, obviously I get the rook, right? But but this is still okay. Jeez, I'm moving too fast. Okay, so it's a blunder, and we did find the skewer eventually. Have we gotten to my blunder yet? No, we have not. Wow, wait. This is possible. Levy, you know, scream and sack the rook. Okay. I mean, it's a very weak king. Very weak king. Nope, not even that. Not even that. I don't know how to play. Start gaining material. Man, oh, it's a massacre. Holy, wow. Just from that rook sack. No wonder Levy likes to sack the rook. Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh, that's a world in which I see the weak king. I should have probably given just slightly some thought to this. You know, I do like to notice weak kings and play around that, but I didn't see it. I just saw the skewer. I saw a piece of candy. Just thought, you know, let's simplify. Okay, doesn't like my knight here. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Man. Just a world of blunders. Yeah. Yeah. We want the knight there. And I knew we want the knight there, but... Oh, that's a miss. We just went for simplification. I'm not ruthless enough to see some of these, especially when we were starting to run low on time. I did not want to have to worry about any complications. I mean, you saw my time down to the minute. Yeah, take, push. I don't want to give that a pass pawn. Of course we take. Defend the pawn. Yep. Takes. Alright, just start forcing the pawn push, right? Yep. Keep pushing, and then who cares about our rook? We're going to queen. Alright, and that's the game. So, hold up. Oh man, this... Oh, wow. Okay. Like, if I had seen this, I probably would have done this. What happens here? Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. This is not looking good for the home team. I see that. Okay. Oh, ow. Oh, they would have done that. Okay. What would they have done then? I'll take this rook. And then take this rook, right? All right. Wow. So that was a big blunder. I mean, I was worried about the knight. I'm not gonna lie. I was worried about the knight. But I really thought that was gonna be okay. Oh, man. Oh, I did not see that. I mean, okay, so I go here. Takes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, then this becomes a game. I mean, my king's pretty exposed. Lucky he did not find that. So, all right. That is episode 1 of my journey to documenting my way to Candidate Master. Now, you're watching a 1500 play, so it the goal is for it to ever happen, to ever become a Candidate Master. I've played one over the board tournament. That was about a month ago. I just turned 30. I'm an old dude. So the goal is to one day become a Candidate Master. Now, will that ever happen? Who's to say? I'm going to strive for it, and I'm going to document it along the way. And to anyone who wants to join me and watch this journey, you are more than welcome to. So I hope you guys have a good day, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.